Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Before I get started with this reading, I'm going to go ahead and clear the air. That was weird. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I have collective blessings. What blessings can you manifest into your life and how? On my Patreon, as well as Ciara's Patreon, we did a podcast where we were talking about a scientific study that had to do with the collective, and, do we really, affect one another with our thoughts and stuff like this. It's pretty interesting stuff. You might want to check it out. Link to that is in the drop-down box below. So kind of inspired me to want to do this reading today, just to see, what is possible to manifest at this time, and literally like how you can do it. And then, especially if we're working towards something very positive, that is kind of like dropping a pebble in a pond. It ripples out. Okay. And it literally is kind of like infectious. When we have success and we're doing well in our life and we're happy, it radiates and it shows, and it does spread. It's a fact. Just like the opposite can affect people as well. Okay. So we need to keep that in mind here. So as you can see, we have 3 groups here. We also have Patreon down here. If you want to continue this reading, you can go over to my Patreon. Again, the link to that is in the drop down box below. We have group 1 with the Tiger's Eye, group 2 with the Howlite, and group 3 with the Cherry Quartz. So go ahead and choose whatever group is calling to you. And if more than one is calling to you, then there's probably a reason for that. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition, because once you start to do that, you'll see also your life does change quite a bit. So anyways, that's it, guys. Choose your group and let's get started. Group 1 who picked the Tiger's Eye. This is going to be your reading. Let's see what blessings can you manifest and how to do it. Okay, so interesting. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the 6 of Swords. And we have the Fool card. We have the Heart with card 22. And we have the Butterfly and the Snowdrop with Hope. Okay, so these 2 are brand new decks. I haven't even read through all of them. So I will be peeking at the meaning for these to add to what I pick up from them already. Besides, there could probably be some really cool, these are beautiful cards. The messages are great, the ones that I have read so far. So obviously with this, I feel like you guys are on the brink of really manifesting a brand new beginning, and it could be coming in pretty quick if you wanted it to, okay? As long as you're coming from a place of positive power, basically, then things will definitely work in your favor. It's going to definitely allow you to move on and start anew, okay? If you guys are definitely looking to start over and have a brand new beginning, that is definitely very possible right now. And especially if you're working in anything having to do a creative endeavor. Also, for some of you, if you've been trying to manifest a move or an opportunity, like literally moving to a new place, and you've been putting in applications, you could be getting some word soon about that. and it could be quite positive, and you'll be leaving and moving on and making that move. Communication is very, very vital at this time. Negative self-talk is going to block this. Okay. And thinking negatively, you are literally, this is what we were talking about in the podcast too. You know, any kind of, I mean, we all have bad days and there's shit that goes wrong, and we kind of get into a funk and we start to be kind of negative or something like this. As long as you catch yourself while you're doing this and literally correct yourself in the middle of it and replace the negativity with something, I mean, it's normal to be pissed or to be angry or feel down. That happens sometimes. That's fucking being human. So anybody who tries to tout that you never are allowed to have a fucking emotion like that are full of shit. So keep that in mind. But we can work through that. It's okay, you know, but as long as you're not doing it all the time, then you have an issue here. Quickly turn it around, turn that frown upside down as fast as you can. You know, go for a run, go for a walk, talk to a good friend, go beat up a punching bag. That was one of my favorite things to do. Or literally getting outdoors and grounding yourself. This is a good way to remove negativity. And I mean, literally, if you like go for a walk or do something active, the bonus to that is it helps to keep you healthy and it gets you in shape. So it's like, I did a lot of fucking walking and a lot of running and exercising when I was younger. So, definitely we have new beginnings in the cards here, brand new fresh starts. And it's like the news is going to come quickly. And exactly how you communicate right now with yourself as well as the world surrounding you is going to either make or break you in this situation. Make sure all communications are quite clear. If you're trying to manifest something, also if you're trying to manifest something, you always say, I would like, you know, such and such, or something better. Because sometimes the things that we are trying to bring about aren't the best option, and we actually can have something that's better for us. So it's always good to add that in there, because it's very surprising. And literally that I speak from experience with this. Sometimes the thing that we think we want is not what's best for us, and something much better comes along and we're like, thank God I didn't do that other thing. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. So we have the heart with old garden rose, and then we have hope here. In order to, obviously, I was just mentioning, you know, the negative self-talk and just being rude or just talking negative to other people constantly is not a good thing to do. And definitely, I feel like with this, know in your heart that everything is going to work out, okay? Trust in yourself, trust in your higher power, that everything is going to always maintain hope, okay? With these two cards, absolutely. This is how, like, the key to it all. So let's take a look at card 22. And you guys might be seeing 222 quite a bit, you know, with card 22, obviously. Okay, so with this in particular, this card, making plans and finding answers with your heart is probably best at the moment. Listen to your heart, what you truly love, and shine that light on your day. Romance is indicated, and so are strong and sometimes volatile reactions. So watch out for yours and those of others. Again, try and silence your own mind and use your feelings to work through things. The heart does know what it wants, and it uses emotions to express this. So listen when it speaks. It can give and receive love at the same time, but there are not scales of measurement or score sheets to tally. I love it. So there's a question with this card. It says, when was the last time you did something completely heart-focused? So this could also be something like, you know, an exercise to do in helping manifest what it is that you desire here, okay? Also, additional meanings are forgiveness. So for some of you, definitely forgiveness is a key to moving on. Okay, if you want a brand new beginning, you're going to have to forgive yourself and others for past, you know, whatever, arguments, you know, indiscretions, whatever. Just forgive and, you know, move the hell on, definitely. We have acceptance, accepting your state, your current state, accepting the body, mind, accepting others, and not being so judgmental. That's another one. Definitely having compassion for yourself and others, expressing love. And that's so funny because, you know, it's like, this just makes me think of, you know, wands are very creative, very fiery, very passionate energy. And I feel like this group definitely has some strong, passionate feelings of love towards a particular thing that you want to try in your life, or definitely a person here. And this also has to do with the emotions. Okay, so acknowledging our emotions. Deities associated with this are Hestia, Aphrodite, Venus, and Oingus. Is that how you say it? I'm not even familiar with this deity. I'm going to spell it out for you guys. Perhaps one of you guys knows how to pronounce this, because I have never even seen this before. Oengus. Angus? It might be Angus. Am I wrong? Anyways, and the sign for some of you definitely could be watching this, could be Leo's, okay? Or Leo season could find where this manifestation is really taking place. And then we have our hope card here, which is so beautiful. I just got these last night, as a matter of fact. So I'm popping the cherry on them right now. So let's take a look at the hope card here. I hope these are all, oh, they're not in. They're not, I haven't even, you know, really gone through the book on these. This is so fun. So with the hope card here, obviously maintaining hope, a level of hope all the time, okay? Literally, when we are that fool starting afresh, embarking on a new journey on the world, you know, into the world, you know, we are very hopeful, okay? We want to maintain that level of hope for sure. Okay, where are we? Butterfly and the snowdrop here. Is back here. Sorry, guys. But yes, definitely using the hope is, oh, here we go. Ta-da! With this one, definitely, see, this is so fabulous. It's talking about, and this reminds me of the, a little bit of the star card. Also seeing blue butterflies could be a thing. So pay attention. Also stags, these could be, and black dogs or greyhounds in particular. These could be a sign in synchronicity, but literally this is talking about how there's a period of hardship that's definitely coming to a close and better days are ahead. Take heart in signs of the coming thaw. So literally, if you guys have been through a rough period or a rough patch, don't worry, things are going to be changing here. The butterfly and snowdrop, two symbols of spring. Very appropriate. Remind us that winter will soon end and hope is on the horizon. Butterflies develop through metamorphosis, transforming from an egg into a larva, then becoming a pupa or chrysalis, and then finally hatching into an adult. And this is what humans go through too. Okay, the egg stage is so humble and the full-grown butterfly is astounding. The process can feel like magic. The snowdrop has a bit of magic about it as well. It is one of the first flowers to appear toward the end of winter, signifying that brighter, longer days are just around the corner. And literally, this is mentioning magic. So definitely, if you guys have been working magic, it's working. Again, patience. Patience is the key as well. New beginnings are, I love this card because look, we have the moon and we have the sun. So maintain that level of balance here as well. And definitely working with the elements of fire for you guys. And like basically using candle magic could be a bonus as well. And then, you know, this is Uranus energy here with the Fool card, which is like sudden, quick, fast change. So both of these cards are that. So I feel like just you keep doing it, keep working towards your goals because boom, it's coming. Okay, you guys? So that's it. That's all I see for this group. Sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you would like to continue this reading, head over to my Patreon where I will be continuing it there. So thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. Those of you who picked group 2 with the Howlite, this is going to be your reading. Let's see, what blessings can you manifest into your life and how? Okay, so, ooh, very interesting stuff. Oh my gosh. So we have the 3 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords. We have the 8 of Cups. Wow. We have the Chariot. Wow. We have the Princess of Wands. We have the Alchemist with card 3 with Wild Rose, which is Barberry Leaved Rose. And then we also have the Crow and the Dogwood with Intelligence. Oh my goodness. So obviously crows, dogwoods, wild roses, these, you know, definitely are going to be like synchronicities for you guys. It could be. What I'm seeing here, I see that there's definitely, there's been like some period of heartache and, you know, stress, sadness. It's like, I feel like you guys have been through this. You've been through some heartache. You've learned, you've picking your battles here. Okay. Picking your battles and moving on, knowing when to keep your mouth shut and when to, actually, you know, do something actively to, if you see something going wrong or, somebody not being treated fairly, knowing when to jump in and when to not jump in. It's like with the Five of Swords, I always think pick your battles. Okay, I feel like for some of you, you've been causing yourself quite a lot of heartache because you keep jumping in the middle of other people's shit. Or you keep trying to intervene in something that you have no business intervening in, or else you have just been fighting a long and tiring ass battle trying to make something work. And you know what? No, if you want to literally bring blessings into your life, if you want to manifest things, you're going to have to move on from crap emotionally. That's the Eight of Cups, because when you do, you become greatly victorious. You become more balanced. Balance is something you're definitely going to need to work on. That is part of the how, balancing those emotions, knowing when to call it quits and walk away when something is not working. Trying to control others just doesn't work. Okay. People have to be willing to want to change. They have to be willing to want to work with others. And sometimes people just don't want to do that. And people continue to try to like, basically they end up beating their head into a wall. They're wasting their time. It's time to move on in this case. And definitely for some of you, it could even literally be something about moving, like physically moving away from a specific area, because maybe, and this is a fact, and I speak from experience, that you could be sitting on some crappy ass ley lines, okay, astrologically, and the energy is just bad for you. Literally, it's not a good harmonious place for you to be. And, you know, combining that with like a relocation chart to see like literally what is the vibe, you know, of where you're living at this particular time, you might be surprised to find out that you're not going to have success or a whole lot of anything great in this area. There could be a lot of turmoil and anxiety, you know, something like this. You know, it's like, take a look at it and see what's going on and, you know, make a move. If you can make a move, sometimes people can't just get up and move, and that's understandable. I get it. But I would start looking into it in the future, start putting aside money or saving or figuring out a way to make it work to get the fuck out of that area. I'm not kidding. It will make a huge difference. Learning about the places that are best for you is vital. I mean, it really can. It can make a life so much better. And I know that sounds. It's something so simple, yet I don't understand why more people don't look into it. And then if you have to stay in the area, learning how to work with the energy that's there. And learning and knowing and expecting of what that is. Okay, so I feel like this is a, you know, you want to manifest stuff, you want to have a brand new beginning, because the Page of Wands here, the Princess of Wands, you know, that's that kind of energy where we're dealing with a very youthful energy, where we're starting anew. It's kind of like greenhorn kind of energy, but I see it's extremely creative energy. I feel like by making this move, you're definitely gonna like become a better part of, you know, a new community. You could even end up working with youth. Also, you could be getting, like, once you decide to move on, okay, say if we're talking not about a physical move, but like literally an emotional move, you do this, there's going to be some kind of message or news that comes in that's really going to fucking change your whole perspective on everything, and for a positive, in the positive way. Also, understanding how can you do this? It's like alchemy, okay? And using your intelligence. This is not just intelligence like book smart intelligence. This can talk about emotional intelligence, which unfortunately some people need to work on, okay? having emotional intelligence is a very good thing to have, okay? Because then you can understand and be very, it's just makes you well-rounded, you know? You can understand, like literally, this is definitely about that. Like somebody who keeps harping on something and keeps trying to fight for something, and they're not taking other people's feelings or something into consideration, or they're even their own. That's not using a whole lot of intelligence on common sense wise, or even emotional intelligence. So and what's funny is crows are always messengers. And literally, this is about messages. This is about news. This is about somebody heralding some information, or you're going to get some kind of information. But utilizing your intelligence, because I feel like a lot of you are intelligent people here, and realizing that you are the creator of your own life, okay? And understanding that you have control over this situation. You don't have to stay stuck in a certain, loop, so to speak. You can create the change in life that you want to and move forward quite victoriously, okay? Because the wheel, like you can see there's the wheel is turning here, okay? And it can turn in your favor as long as you walk away from this emotional fucking garbage and baggage. This battle that's been going on. I feel like some of you have definitely been battling with specific people over something for way too fucking long. Now it's time to lay down your sword and give it a fucking rest. Okay, and move on from that completely. Okay, so let's take a look and dig deeper into Alchemist, which is card number 3, by the way. So with the Alchemist card, and that's a wild rose. Oh my God, I love wild roses. I don't know if any of you live in a place where they grow wild, but usually probably in May, for where I'm at, there is a certain place where you can ride your bike, and it's fucking for miles, and there are wild roses that bloom and you can smell them in the air. It is amazing. And there's butterflies everywhere. It's great. So anyways, with this one right here, we have before you, there may be paths to choose from and problems to deal with, or a blankness that needs to be filled, and this will only be solved by your own hand. Your perspective is vital and has ultimate bearing on this next move, but use that power wisely, as movements that are unbound by natural laws are usually short-lived celebrations of glittery magic and emptiness. The alchemist crafts from what is already there and with the resources that are available. They trust in their own natural abilities and the possibilities and intuitions inherent within themselves and others. So there's a question with this one, and it says, what can I create from what is within my natural abilities and is being whispered intuitively? So intuitively, you know how to move on. You know how to fix the situation. You know how to bring success and, a whole like youthful, vibrant new beginning into your life. As long as you're listening to your intuition. I feel like for many of you, you've been ignoring it way too long, okay? Also, some more meanings are transformation. So obviously there is a transformation taking place. Literally, remember I said it could be metaphorically or it could be physically, where we're moving on, we're transforming. It's important and vital. This says intuition. So definitely using intuition. It also says magic. Working some magic to bring about more positive outcomes in your life is a good idea. It has to do with skill. Like, are your skill sets, are your skill levels for what you're trying to achieve up to par? Or do you need more education and schooling? Because we have a page sitting here and that shows like the beginning of something, the beginning of a learning curve. For some of you, definitely you need to hone in on specific skills and brush up on them and literally work on them a little bit more. And this also talks about ability. Do you have the ability to achieve, like say for some of you are trying to get into a new career or something like this, maybe that's going to require more schooling, but you can do it. Okay. It's definitely in the cards here. So for deities, we have Circe, Thoth, Isis, and Kerke, maybe. The astrological sign with this, you guys, is Scorpio. So Scorpio season could be important to you. You guys could be Scorpios, or you're definitely going to see some results to some manifestations come Scorpio season. And I'm not surprised because actually people might be getting the results back from some stuff. Definitely. I mean, a lot of people are pretty much astrologically come October. Things that people have set into motion, you're going to see some results from them in October anyway. All right. So with the crow and the dogwood here, okay, it's very interesting. You know, you have the tools to fulfill your goals and solve any problems that stand in your way. You need only look inward to find wisdom and strength, intuition, right? And using our own intelligence. The crow is an incredibly intelligent bird associated with the power of foresight and the ability to use tools. Today, it is often used to signify darkness or foreboding, but modern depictions rarely do the crow justice. According to Norse folklore, the crow is a powerfully positive symbol meant to remind us of our skills and resources. It says you are capable of solving any problem. Like the crow, the dogwood has a somewhat confused public image. Its beautiful light-colored petals convey gentleness and whimsy. Few know that it is hard bark and strong frame that make it uncommonly durable tree, able to withstand even the harshest weather. Damn straight, I have one right in front of my house. It's the state tree for and state flower for where I live. So, and yes, we have them growing wild. They're fucking beautiful. I love them. They do come in different colors. But yeah, most of them are usually white or they're a pink. But they are a very beautiful tree. Also crows, you know, you can look through folklore and mythology. They are messengers. Hunin and Munin were Odin's two messenger crows. In Japanese culture, they are also messengers. It's interesting to see like how many cultures have this as a messenger. So you guys seeing crows could be, you know, significant. It's kind of funny because crows are often associated with Halloween, and we had Scorpio come up for here. So I'm telling you, that time period could be kind of important for you guys. So keep that in mind, okay? And remember that where we focus our attention is, you know, where it grows. It's what we create more of in our life. So if we're constantly focusing our attention on fighting with people or battling with people, that's all you're going to keep attracting into your life. It's time to switch that perspective and put it into more positive pursuits. Literally, because again, it's like that pebble dropping into a freaking still flat pond. It ripples out. So that negative energy does out onto everybody else, okay? And we don't want to do that. I mean, because that's what you're going to freaking bring back to yourself. It's as simple as that. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's all I have for this group. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for further notification. In the drop-down box, there's a link to my Patreon where you can see the rest of this reading over there. Thank you so much for everything, and I will catch you next time. Those of you who picked group 3 with the cherry quartz, this is going to be your reading. What blessings can you manifest into your life and how? Oh boy. Okay, we have the Lord, which is the Emperor. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 3 of Cups. We have the Explorer with Old Garden Rose, Emi Weber Rose, I think is how you say that. And we have the Wolf and the Rose Hip with Guardianship. That's interesting. Oh, I love rose hips. I make rose hip tea. It's so weird. I was going to make some right after I'm done doing this, that this came up. That's kind of cool. And I love wolves. So anyways, all right. What blessings obviously you guys can become more independent really easily and be very satisfied. I feel like for some of you, definitely taking charge of your own life, because, you know, this is Aries energy. And it makes me think of the first house in astrology, which is you. It's where your ascendant is. Embracing more of who you are, learning self-acceptance, loving yourself, realizing the power lies within you, and you can make and, you know, do whatever you want with your life, basically. And if any of you have been considering starting your own business or going off on your own, doing something independently, like even starting a new project, I see that it can be very fruitful. Not only will it be fruitful, but it's going to attract other like-minded people into your life, possible good friends. I just feel like this is so positive. It's like, holy shit. For some of you, some of this project could have to do with using words, definitely. Some of you could be a freelancer of some kind, some sort of artist. You could be trying to create an invention, or maybe you have an invention in mind that you want to try out, or, you know, get into some sort of trade, a specific trade. Because it's like, I'm thinking trade and enterprises with the Three of Wands usually. And also anybody who is, you know, really adept at writing. It could be like literally writing up something for a country, not country, a company. Well, it could be for a country. You know, it's not just writing books, okay, like for people's fun and entertainment. Yes, it could be that, but there's so many different ways that you could be a writer, you know, think about that. But I see that there's nothing but, I mean, I feel like this has something to do with the business. I really do. Or like going out on your own, and perhaps for some of you, you have been wanting to step outside of and starting something new and different that nobody else in your family has done before. Maybe you're going to be the first of the generation who actually like goes to college, finishes college. You could be starting up your own business. I mean, because think about it, the Emperor is associated with anything having to do with self-employment. Also could be talking about like you could end up in a very high level government job, or like the head of an organization or something like this. But I see it's like nothing but like your ship is coming in. And with that is definitely like manifesting a lot of friends and teammates and people who it's like celebratory. It's fun. Maybe some of you have been wanting to start a business where it's even party planning. We're going to take it real literal here. Okay. Doing something like this, that could definitely be, you know, a possibility here. But I see nothing but happiness, like wanting to manifest a lot of happiness and success and even friends and companions. And this can definitely be done right now. And also travel, because we literally have the Explorer and we have guardianship. And, you know, think about the Emperor. He is like a guardian for sure. He's like the ruler of the freaking land. I just feel like you guys have been like trying to manifest a position of power, and I can see it coming as long as you honestly for this, it's like just keep freaking doing what you're doing and maintain a level of positivity while you're doing it. And definitely having that attitude of gratitude. I mean, I'm looking at the Ten of Cups and I see that rainbow right there. And it's like, I see the family. It is the happy family card. Some of you have been wanting to call in your soul family. I feel like definitely you could be doing this through schooling, possibly, and travel. Okay, because we have the Explorer. Let's take a look at that Explorer card and see what it has to say here. Where the hell's my book? Over here. Okay, and this is card 28, by the way. So that number could be important to you guys in particular. We have the energy here. The energy here is all about finding something new and often points towards actual physical journeys, but does include personal exploration and discovery, as well as steady research and observation. So for some of you, going on to that higher education is big. This is very Sagittarius energy. And it is. That is the astrological sign associated with this. Ha! I just noticed that. So yeah, it's like anything Sagittarius. This is very temperance, okay? Make sure that you have balance going on here. If you want to manifest this, you got to have balance. You got to maintain a level of positivity, and it's going to require some work. And it literally, for some of you, manifesting this is when you actually start to get out in the world. For some of you, you might have been like kind of like too much of a recluse or a hermit for way too long. Now it's time to come out of your shell and get out there and see the world more. And, you know, travel to new places, different countries and stuff like this. I know that for many places, COVID restrictions have lifted, so you can travel, okay? Just you got to look into it. And you also have to be vaccinated. Yeah, that's the rules. So I was just seeing some stuff about that today. It was really interesting that people who have allergic asthma actually are better protected. You know, on top of, you know, you get vaccinated, and then if you do that, it's like if you have that issue, that you're actually kind of more protected, which is really interesting because usually asthmatics get it, harder than everybody else. But I thought that was really interesting. Maybe somebody needs to hear that. I don't know why it just came up and came into my head, but I thought I would share that piece of information. You can Google it. But anyway, okay, so it's time to get out there. It's time to observe. It's time to travel. It's time to make new friends. I see that maybe the place where you've been you've been there too long. Now it's time to expand your horizons. And literally, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. This is expansion energy. We need to expand our mind. We need to expand our friend groups. We just need to, get out there and just let yourself grow. So it's time to get out and get on with the next chapter and phase of whatever you are involved in, as staying still might just mean you fall backwards. The explorer looks for the authentic life in their travels. They are inquisitive, goal-oriented, and work brilliantly in groups. Look at that, you guys. Holy shit. But they do sometimes run the risk of never settling down or finding peace. See, that's when Jupiter gets too much in excess. Also, when Jupiter is too much in excess, there can be too much drinking, too much partying, too much of anything. Okay, so watch out. And Sagittariuses do have a tendency to glug, glug, glug. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Every single one I've known has been like that, and I would know. I'm married to one. So anyways, what do you feel you need? What do you feel you still need or hope to discover about yourself or your world? That is the question posed to you here. Other meanings is talking about journeys, adventure. So it's time to go on an adventure, you guys. Exploration, within just exploring who you are and what is your next steps. Literally writing them out, setting those goals. Now is the time to do it. Like literally you can manifest this shit right now. Okay, we have experiments and self-discovery. So by trying something new that you've never tried before, you're going to discover something about yourself. I cannot express to you guys how important that is to always think outside the box and try something new. Because that's how you grow. And that's how you might even discover hidden talents that you didn't know you had. So don't be afraid to do that. So deities are Adonia, Chamada no Kami, I think is how you say that, and Ganesha, and we have Sagittarius, like I said. So also rose hips and wolves could be a sign in synchronicity. Whenever I see rose hips, I think of autumn. Okay, so obviously Sagittarius happens in November. That's when Sagittarius season's beginning, which is, towards the end of fall. So it's so weird that this energy keeps coming up. It's fucking weird, you guys. Like so many fucking readings I've done recently. This is just constant. It's really, what is going on here? So, obviously, autumn is going to be important to you guys, okay? The results of manifestations. Again, this is a collective. I've just noticed this, and the reason why I've been so infatuated with this lately is, I've always been aware of the collective energy and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But what I've noticed recently is that energy has been even more ramped up. And I noticed that more and more people are experiencing the same things at the same damn time. That's very specific, okay? People are seeing the same things at the same time. They're feeling the same feelings at the same. This is proof that what we're talking about in the podcast on my Patreon is no bullshit, okay? Because I've just picked that up. It's just really been interesting, okay? This month, especially for my Patreon readings, like what has been coming up. It's just fascinating stuff. So guardianship, okay? And also for you guys, we have the family here. Helping somebody else out too, becoming like a mentor or a guardian to someone is also very fulfilling, and it's like paying it forward to help bring more blessings and more beauty into your life. Maybe some of you are going to like tutor people overseas or something like this. This is like an incredible growth and learning experience that can actually bring in more like-minded people towards you who maybe are doing the same thing as you, and just meeting people in general. So anyways, let's take a look at the wolf and the rose hip here. The wolf travels in a pack, and you know what? They're pack animals. They're family animals. Their family is everything to them, and literally have the happy family card. This is fucking awesome. Okay, protecting its family and community. Like the hound, the wolf signifies loyalty and commitment. Relatedly, the rose hip is a source of food, but also a symbol of love, as it is the berry produced by the rose plant. Its combined associations with nourishment and affection make it an emblem of familial love and care. So it says, you are called to be a mentor. There it is. This is how you bring more blessings into your life, is becoming a mentor. You're going to touch so many lives, and people are just, it's so special, you guys, when you do this, because you are basically helping someone to become who they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? You're like a part of that. You're a part of their growth. You're a part of like nurturing and bringing out their talent and, you know, their abilities. It's fucking awesome. It is a really special kind of thing. So you are being called to be a mentor. Who among your pack might need your counsel? Taking a leadership role. I don't believe this. This is crazy. Taking a leadership role in the community activism is another way to lead like the wolf. So, wow. And there's little questions with this. It says, whom can I mentor? How can I be a leader in my community? And whom do I turn to for help? So I really feel like this is a group that's like, you want to bring manifestations. You want to bring those blessings into your life. It's paying it forward. You guys, seriously. You can ask somebody, if maybe some of you have been asking for help. Once you learn these skills, bless it, you know, pass those blessings on to other people. Because I feel like you guys are magic in this way, is that you can literally pull that light out from inside people and help them to shine. You know, that's just like what I'm feeling here. Some of you could be actually studying to be teachers too. Perhaps you're wanting to, like, again, start your own organization or company, asking for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And like, literally, once you learn all that, you turn around and then you help somebody else in that position as well. And you will always be blessed with happiness, with a family that loves you. You'll be blessed with so many talents and just nothing but like a life that's just, it's bliss. It's like happiness. Like, you know, I'm sure you'll have bad days too, but like everyone does, but it's like will have a group of people around you whom you can count on, and that will always be there for you. And love you and adore you. And, you know, and you do that in return, because that's that rose hip energy. Also, I have to mention for this group, try drinking rose hip tea. Okay. You can get big bags of organically grown rose hips. You can make tea with them. It's actually really good. And it's so packed. It's got way more vitamin C in it than, you know, oranges and stuff like this. It's very good for you. It's very good for your skin to keep it youthful. It's very good for your sexual organs as well, to keep them flowing well and everything. You know, it's just great shit all around. I mix mine with oat straw. Which, you know, you can buy both of those on Amazon. It's easy to come by. You can get them from herb places like Mountain Rose Herbs. There's different, you know, whatever you're comfortable with. But yeah, it's like that tea is like kind of like a tea that I drink on the daily, and it is kind of calming. It just makes me feel good, I guess you could say. And it's really good for your skin. So just saying, it's kind of funny. We have the rose, and then we have the rose hip. It's kind of cool. So the things that you're doing right now to make yourself blossom, you know, you can use that, like, once you're finished, like the rose hip, to feed others and nurture others. Definitely. So, and for some of you, it's like, I mean, my maiden name has something to do with wolves. It literally is, it's the translation is, you know, of the wolves or whatever. Why do I feel like somebody watching this has something to, like, a last name similar to that, where, you know, that could be a significance to you, or you have a wolf on your family coat of arms or whatever, you know, or there's something to do with this and like a logo. Okay. I don't know why, it's just like coming through totally strong there. So anyways, guys, That's it. That's all I'm seeing for this group. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you want to continue this reading, go over to my Patreon. The link is down below in the drop-down box. Make sure to like, subscribe, and thank you guys for being with me, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.